Well, good morning. We'd like to welcome everyone to the National Weather Service Raleigh Weekly Briefing. This briefing will cover the periods January 30th through February 5th, 2017. My name is Brandon Locklear. I'm a senior forecaster here at the National Weather Service. We're going to get started on the first slide. We're going to look at this week's weather pattern, and this briefing is pretty straightforward and very low impact. For the first part of the week, we actually are starting to see this kind of cooler, more seasonable temperatures start to move out, and that's associated with an upper level trough, a pretty deep upper trough that's been over the area the last couple of days. And you probably noticed it's been a little windy over the last 3 or 4 days as well. So we'll see temperatures actually start to warm up a little bit this week. We're expecting the warmest day to be tomorrow, actually, where we're going to see temperatures warm into the low to mid 60s across most of central North Carolina, and that's going to be ahead of a weak front. So we're going to have those southwesterly winds tomorrow. Again, we're going to still see breezy conditions. We'll probably see some gusts up into the 20 to 30 mile per hour range, but again, a very mild day for late January standards. And that mild temperature should continue on Wednesday, and then we'll finally see a front that goes through late Wednesday night into Thursday. And that's when we'll see temperatures cool back down, and we'll see those cooler, more seasonable temperatures basically continue through next weekend or this weekend. Okay, moving to the next slide. We're looking at the severe thunderstorm potential, and since I talked about it being a very low impact, it's not surprised to see that we're not expecting any severe weather over the next 3 days. Looking at our forecast rain amounts, you can see that we start seeing rain chances increase as we get into late in the week. As I mentioned, there is a cold front that's going to move through late Wednesday night and Thursday, and that front's actually going to stall out across South Carolina on Thursday and early Friday. And some of the models are trying to spin up a very weak low along that front on Friday, and so that's why you're seeing a little bit of greens across the southeastern part of the state. But it's going to be very light, and in most cases it won't even measure, so we're expecting mostly trace amounts. But as you look into Saturday and Sunday, you can see those greens really starting to deepen across our region, and we're expecting a well-pronounced surface wave to develop over the middle Mississippi Valley during the weekend, and it's going to start approaching the area late Saturday night into Sunday, and that's where we're going to see our most substantial weather impacts. And for the most part, it's going to be rain likely to produce a solid ½ inch. There is at this time, a very small potential that if the precipitation moves in early enough, Sunday morning, we could see a brief onset of some frozen precipitation. But it should be very short-lived, as the cold air will be very limited, and we'll just get overwhelmed by the warm air coming in from the southwest. So we'll continue to monitor that, but for now, expecting just mostly rain, and that's going to be on Sunday. Looking at the upcoming pattern for the next week, we're still expecting temperatures overall to be rather mild. There's a higher confidence that we'll see above normal temperatures, and in terms of precipitation, looks like possibly with a trough starting to move into the area next week, we could see some above normal odds or probabilities of some rainfall. As I mentioned, this was a pretty low impact, pretty straightforward forecast. So we'll go straight to the highlights. Mild temperatures through the first half of the week, followed by a cooler, more seasonable temperatures late in the work week and continuing into the weekend. And then it's going to be dry as well through most of the work week. And then we're looking at the system on Sunday, so we're expecting a pretty wet Super Sunday. So as people are getting ready for the big game, running out, buying those beverages and snacks and food and everything, you'll probably want to have your umbrella around. And then I mentioned earlier that possibly if the precipitation comes in early enough Sunday morning, we could see a brief onset of some frozen precipitation, and we'll continue to monitor that and assess it. If we need to, we'll issue some briefings, some updated briefings on that. Well, that concludes the weekly briefing. If there are any questions, I'll take those right now.